Love is a mysterious feeling. It's one of those experiences that makes us truly feel alive, and having it in person can alter your entire outlook on life. Without a doubt, love is a magical force that we'll likely never fully comprehend. It kind of combines science and intuition in an odd way. Now, there are some undisputed psychological truths about attraction and love that might be of interest to you. One of the most researched areas of social psychology is attraction, which plays a significant role in what makes us human. While there really isn't a straightforward how-to manual for our mating rituals, understanding how we draw people to us can be helpful. When attempting to entice that special someone, there are undoubtedly some intriguing theories, studies, and facts that could be helpful. Let's take a look, like and subscribe. A good first impression. Making a strong first impression is by far one of the best ways to attract someone. Some people may find this disappointing because you can't go back in time and remake a good first impression, right? If you've already met the love of your life. When you meet someone new, keep that in mind because, in all honesty, we frequently have no control over it. But going above and beyond to present yourself in the best possible light makes a big difference during that crucial first meeting. Whether it is through dressing nicely, showing enthusiasm or kindness, or displaying a good sense of humor, you should always try your best to make the best possible impression. Always be there, but not like in a stalker manner. That negates the entire goal. However, the proximity effect is a true psychological phenomenon and a relatively straightforward one at that. According to this, the more you see someone, the more likely you are to like them. Even when I, my friends, and other students aren't present at school, there are still plenty of other semi-attractive people wandering around campus. Who, though, do you actually develop crushes on, start dating and start boning? These would be the people you typically interact with. It's true that you are more likely to become romantically or sexually interested in someone if you spend a lot of time around them. And as you start to learn their habits and get used to their presence, it makes that bond a little bit stronger. Her friends. When in Rome, doing as the Romans do is the best definition of social proof. And it results from what is probably just pure human laziness, because it turns out that we don't like to think for ourselves that often. How often has the following situation occurred to you? Your friends keep gushing about how attractive this person is, but you don't really see it at all. However, they keep bringing it up because, well, this person is really hot and you eventually start to notice it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is social proof in action. Your chances of winning your crush's approval, or at the very least their dislike while still finding you to be extremely attractive, increases if you can. Demonstrate that you have your own group of admirers. Be obvious about your feelings. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, social psychology has formally declared that the act of playing hard to get is moronic from a scientific standpoint. According to the reciprocity effect, when you know that someone likes you back, you are more likely to like them. Therefore, the concept of playing hard to get is a lose-lose situation. The person who is playing hard to get likely won't find someone they are compatible with, and even if they do, they could drive them away. Ultimately, the person who is playing hard to get isn't benefiting from their attempts at manipulating that situation. Chameleon. Now, the chameleon effect is what happens when someone starts to feel more agreeable towards another based on their subtle copying of body language and mannerisms. The chameleon effect has been found to increase trust and rapport between two people, leading to an improved relationship. Basically, if you copy someone's movements and look for subtle cues, they will subconsciously see you as an attractive, likable person. This phenomenon can be seen in both everyday and professional interactions, where one person may start to mirror the other, leading to an increase in comfort and trust. Wear red. According to so many studies, we are more attracted to people who are wearing red. This phenomenon is called the red effect, and it is thought to be linked to its association with power, dominance, and status. Please don't press me for the specifics because science is still unsure of that reason. Just go for it and make sure your something red isn't a stained t-shirt or even worse, a red fedora, but rather a pretty red jacket or something along those lines. Now, the colour red word has been known to invoke strong emotions in people and is associated with love, power, and seduction. This is why it's very important to wear something red on the day of an important event. The people around you. It turns out that a girl will perceive a guy as more attractive when he is surrounded by attractive girls, ostensibly due to social proof. For a guy, however, the opposite is true. A guy might feel intimidated when he sees a girl surrounded by several attractive men and think, oh no, they probably bench more than me, before leaving to play FIFA and pouting. If you are a guy, ditch your attractive girl friends unless you are trying to hook up with one of them, in which case, ditch the rest of your friends. This phenomenon is known as the same gender competition effect, and it has been demonstrated in numerous studies. Isolation. No, don't kidnap, corner, or engage in any other crazy unlawful behavior with the person you like. However, research indicates that the more time you spend alone with someone, the more likely it is that you will fall in love for them. Now, of course, the more you know about them, the more likely you are to despise them and potentially kill them. Joking. Thus, spending time alone with the person you are attracted to is important in order to discover their true character. It is important to note, however, that spending time with someone does not always lead to love. Matching hypothesis. You can observe the matching hypothesis in action by observing most couples. Have you ever noticed that most couples appear to be equally attractive? It turns out that wasn't an accident. According to the matching hypothesis, people are more drawn to those who are equally attractive as themselves. Even if you think the most attractive person in school is attractive, don't assume that they feel the same way about you. In fact, people are statistically less likely to feel content in a relationship if they are dating someone who is noticeably more attractive than they are. Therefore, it's wise to keep your expectations reasonable, both when trying to attract new acquaintances and once you've already built rapport with them. Share secrets. Is there anything more private than sharing a secret with someone? It takes trust, love, and a sense of shared values to confide something intimate and private to another person. When you reveal a highly private and intimate secret to someone, they might find you more alluring as a result. Secrets are earned. The psychological term for this is self-disclosure. And if you are trying to attract someone's attention, you can use this to your advantage. Getting things off your chest always feels good at the end of the day. It will undoubtedly be a private moment, even if they don't end up liking you. Now, these private moments can occasionally lead to something more. You can't be sure. If everything is going well, you might want to ask them to tell you a secret in exchange, which will foster even greater intimacy and trust. Personal questions almost always result in higher levels of attraction than small talk, according to studies. Body language. On the subject of body language and how it impacts human attraction, we could probably write an entire article. Humans may not perform dances and other displays during their mating rituals like other animals do, but if you look closely, we also have our own non-verbal ways of signaling to one another that we are intrigued. And the reality is that many people might unknowingly use their body language to convey the wrong messages. Some of us, that's right, tend to block off our torsos in a protective manner by crossing our arms or hands in front of them. According to research, this actually conveys the message that we're not available. Instead, show that you are available by opening up your torso. Additionally, studies suggest that it may be difficult for people to trust those who don't show their hands. So take your hands out of your pockets and place them where they normally would be. It also has been demonstrated that making eye contact and smiling are crucial in attracting someone and developing intimacy. Use your adrenaline. While it's probably not a good idea to scale a building with your crush and take a selfie, it might be beneficial to engage in an exciting activity together. We all know that the most well-liked places to go on dates are amusement parks, and it always makes sense to do something interesting and enjoyable when spending time with someone that you are courting. It turns out that spending time with someone while your heart is racing can be very beneficial in terms of attraction. Now, a 1974 study established that men were more likely to find women attractive when they were engaged in activities that made them feel anxious and exhilarated. This was referred to as misattribution of arousal by researchers. This basically means that the human brain conflates feelings of arousal and attraction with feelings of anxiety. Be you. So many people commit the old age error of taking their pursuit of relationships way too seriously. You'll thank yourself if you just relax, as we've said before. It's not a matter of life and death. You can afford to laugh, smile, and display your flaws. Numerous studies have shown that people will always find someone with a sense of humor attractive. If you can make someone laugh and get them to share a few giggles with you, the vast majority of people will warm up to you much more quickly. Despite what we may have been told in our younger years, it's actually okay to be yourself and not worry about how other people perceive you. And now you have it. You now have access to every one of these straightforward but powerful techniques for persuasion that have been scientifically proven to work. So with these tricks and advice at your disposal, pursuing a woman shouldn't be too intimidating for you to try, right? Armed with this newfound knowledge, you can confidently approach any woman of your choosing, fully assured that you have the tools necessary to make a positive impression.